How the heck do you play Sentinel? Do you just hide on site and get killed? This role took me years to understand, but today I'm using my experience coaching thousands of players to explain the simple playstyle you can pick up to instantly become a cringe Sentinel main. I'll go over the #1 mistake I see, the 3 rules of Sentinel, and show you a real session where I completely break it down while keeping it so simple an average Marina main can understand. Enjoy! So the #1 mistake that Sentinels make is very simple, not playing off their utility. It's so simple that I'm surprised it's the #1 mistake. But let's say for example this Cypher has a trip set up here. How is he gonna play off this trip from this position? Is he gonna swing out into a potential threat, or is he gonna have something like a cage here to cover him and allow him to peek this freely or hold this space freely, or is he gonna have like a cage up here for this and swing off that instead? How are we gonna play off this piece of ability? This goes for even the simplest of simple, like the B trip that everyone knows on this map. What does this B trip allow us to do? Does it allow us to peek garage more freely? Does it allow our teammates to not play B and instead of stack towards other sites? Or is it because their Cypher keeps lurking mid? So when you use utility, there has to be a purpose. If we're camming mid, it should allow us to get mid intel, and then it should allow us to do something off of it. Because no one spotted mid, we should be able to play C more comfortably, or because no one spotted mid, we should be able to go for an insta flank. If you don't do the purpose your utility serves, it instantly gets less value. Now, what are the 3 rules of Sentinel? You may be asking yourself. Well, let me tell you, fine and dandy fellow. The first rule is if they don't come to your site, grab your utility and leave. Sometimes I don't even leave my cages on site unless I can confirm it's a hit. So this is my B setup for Ascent. I'm like, are they here? Silva darting, my teammate dies A. Grab this, grab this, grab this. You don't always have to do that, but that took like an extra half second. Now I have everything. That can be really helpful. For example, when they come up A here, we do our little rotate. We can do a trip for here. Also, the cam has a 15-second cooldown. A lot of the Sentinel util has a really short recall cooldown, so like grabbing it's a little bit faster.
Is the door broken? 80. Do gen. One more gen. Cypher. Cypher's gen.
Yeah. Gen and he's hella.
Rule #2 is know what type of setup you're doing. So last round I was playing from market for a kill setup. This round I'm playing A for again another kill setup from tree. So I set up everything I do to get kills. I don't have a random cam towards mid when I have a kill setup on A. There's intel setups, there's kill setups, and then there's like defaults. Defaults are like when you trip B in garage on Haven. Also check out my STD. Hey, you asked for it, not me. STD is a private community for players who actually want to get better. Join us during live coaching seminars, community coaching sessions, and unlock over 100 exclusive resources to improve faster than ever before. Limited spots are now available, so visit Slayerkey.com if this sounds like something for you. Otherwise, enjoy the video. Can you play cat? The final rule is make sure your teammates do not play around your setups. But Slayer, my teammates never listen. Shut up and ask. Alright, this is a stupid Jet main here. And I just say, hey Jet, can you play cat? She says, yeah. I just asked. She said yes. Great. Now my util will actually get value if they come to the space. Instead of if your Jet fights a main, fights these players, she might die. They might just not go to the site. She might kill everyone. The Silva might like ult her and accidentally break on my util. So those are the 3 rules of Sentinel. They're pretty easy, pretty simple to follow, but they make a really big difference in what your setups actually allow you to do. So they actually go cat here, and so my kill setup is trash, but I have my cam set up for this. I expect a potential cat push too as well, so if they come here I still have stuff to play off of. I have a hidden cam, right? It's above them when they come to this space. They're not really gonna look this. So I shouldn't have done this, but I made sure I was tucked. I got the infill, I insta ulted. I'm probably gonna cage here if they don't smoke because I want some cover to play around my kill setup that I know is coming. I'm gonna ult to see there's no one else cat. There's one more player cat, so I'll probably cage, hide inside of it. There's the Cypher. There's the next player. Notice how I try to spam his walkout here and just standing still fighting.
Okay. One cat overkill.
I think they could be up cat. Get the one. Didn't get the second, but you see how I tapped the cam instantly here? I use my utility to my advantage. I know what my utility serves. I know this was a kill setup. I know I can position for this kill setup, right? I'm playing here because I want to be close to my utility and close to my cage. I wanted to fight that Jet because I wanted my kill setup to get value ASAP. Okay, you have to play to the strength of your setup. That is the final rule. I wanted to introduce my student who's a part of my coaching program. You can check this out at Slayerkey.com if you're interested. There's also a private community and guides. But Bamba is an Immortal 1 EU player who is looking to improve their Sentinel so they could compete in higher lobbies up to Immortal 3 and also perform to their utmost capacity within a team. That being said, let's hop into the session. One team. W Reyna.
This round was bad.
Ooh. I would grab your. Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah, I tried to clear out. Because they were more quite cautious.
So the first thing I would say, as just small tip, is just recall your flash after you throw it. Once it's flashed, it's completely open and vulnerable to anyone shooting it. It's actually really surprising no one shot it on sight there. Reuse it sooner. Then you might forget here when you come outside.
Wait, bro.
It's gonna warn you ahead of time. My mechanics are quite bad for an Immortal.
So the main lesson from that round should be we need to be really careful of Vise. You could actually have done this like round 0, considering the Vise wall. This is the main thing to consider, like when you go B, when you go A, is making sure we bait out that Vise wall before we like start to use all our utility for sight. And then besides that, nothing else. Vise likes to play A so far.
Our attack was really rough, but our Reyna, there's probably like a good 4 or 5 rounds where she just dies from the Vise. Just because she walked in with the wall and then blamed our jet for not coming in.
Happens. Why did you go lawn here? What was your plan for going lawn?
So I was just thinking, we're on a save. I know we should probably stick together, but I was just thinking, normally, if the Vice wall isn't B, people are more likely to stay A, but I've just from noticing in previous games, people don't normally stay B as much as they stay A when the hit is somewhere else. So I was just thinking, if my team take a while to go doors, I can pinch back of doors, or by the time they're mid, I can pinch wall down. So I think I called for them to stop here.
Okay.
Because we were in a 4v3. I was like, if you pause, I can get a kill.
Okay, I see the idea with the lurk.
2 of them died around 3 seconds after I said that.
Okay, so I like the idea to lurk through B based on what you said. The only thing I would think about is who you're looking for and what you're going to do once you find that person. So like the big threat here is B long. Once you see Jet here and you end up seeing Sova a bit later, that basically tells you those are the B players, right? And so your goal at this point should be to wrap them with your teammates, kill them, and then your teammates just go B. That would be like the best plan in this situation. Yes, I would try to speed up or just like, I would just hit the line more direct. We didn't hit the line very directly, even though we had the right intel, and you also didn't go here. After like, again, we saw Jet and Sova here. You know you have a lurk here. You know that Sova was like here, because he fights your teammates pretty soon. And like very likely the Jet was there too, so this was kind of just like a misplay to go for like these A rotators. Like you could do this after you kill these guys and then you could kill them. So your goal in the lurk, which you are doing here, but like don't discredit yourself too much, is to like get your team to come back and take the space. And what you're not realizing, what you're realizing now, is that like you also being there to help them take the space helps a lot. I would only do this wall if you plan to lurk A here. This is another misplay I would say, unless you plan to be here or here, controlling mid. This is no bueno, because they could just walk up mid and it completely ignore your wall.
Yeah, I can't remember actually what I did here.
It doesn't really matter. So like you had 2 options. It's just like, it's based what your wall is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Both plays are fine. Like going with your team here or playing mid, but because your wall is towards there, that's the play you're leaning towards.
Nice Reyna, bro.
Why did he dark the smoke?
We have no plan.
Setting up a flash here before the wall drops would be good too. They wouldn't expect it. Even like obvious in the open one too, the Asher wall. But just in general, like I'm sure you can sense here, very limited space, very little intel. So you gotta like prepare for something to happen. If you guys play back here, you are guaranteed losing this round because what do all these guys have right now?
All you tell.
Yep, exactly.
This round annoyed me a bit because they're on safe and he's walled off sight. So they have the whole of sight and they have short range guns. So it's like, oh, we could have taken the site and then they would have been harder to get in. Just gave it all to them. And I think 2 of my teammates are just shouting at him at the end of this round.
So I want to shift our perspective there a little bit. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's an eco. Yes, this isn't the most optimal play. But what does a good player do in this situation to make it into a better situation?
I feel like it's a trick question, but I know it's not.
Well, just answer honestly. What do you think a good player would do here? Like if this was tens or like some Radiant player in this situation right here, right now, what do you think they would do?
Pick a fight.
Yep. exactly. So what should we do?
With my Phantom, I should be running at them and killing them, hopefully.
Yep, prepare to take that fight. That's a really important thing. Like when you see a problem right now, and again, like I can never say you're wrong because it's 100% true. Like if this is an eco and this wall is here, this is not the best situation to have put our team into. But the thing is that doesn't mean shit right now because we need to do something. So if you're thinking like this during the game, it's a really like kind of self-destructive way to have strong decision making, because your decision making should be like, okay, this Asher wall's up, they're probably gonna fight, they're gonna have all the util, so we need to prepare for like a counter push. Like what are they gonna do when they actually come out on the site? And the first thing I see is like a close smoke here maybe, and that's just like shit. Like we need to be up here and maybe like fight backside or something, get to make something happen. So really, really important that we kind of try to shift our perspective in these moments so we can be more like problem solving. And let's also recognize that the Clove did come flank, and so we went from a shitty situation to like I'm bathing in shit situation, because now we're completely pinched from both sides, and this was just your wall. Now I want to go back and say, what if we actually did the mid lurk here and killed the Clove, and then now we were back here wrapping around these guys with the Ash wall? Do you see how those two simple decisions completely change the influence of the round? It all looks good. You're going A with it. Let's see the fight.
I think there was two of them. But I thought I killed the Reyna. I was in shock.
Yeah, so I would say your mechanics need some work, but I believe if I asked you for some clips, you would have some really nasty aim. So they probably just need a touch up more than anything.
I feel like a month or two ago, I figured out basically that I was like how I was holding my mouse, stuff like that, because I just like anchor my wrist into the ground and wouldn't move my like the ball of my wrist. My sense, basically everything I was doing was pretty different and weird, and it was like I changed. It feels a lot better. I've been doing aim labs. It's gotten a lot better over the last month. I mean, that's how I've like been able to actually get to Immortal, but I still don't feel like I deserve to be an Immortal.
Well, you're here. I think that's more deserving than anything. There's no like idea of to be Immortal, you have to beat this. You have to have good aim and good game sense. A lot of people believe that, but like a lot of Immortal players lack a lot of very basic fundamentals. They do very, very stupid things. Like even like a gold would watch it, like what the hell is that player doing? Sometimes, like to be honest with you, I played the game for a very long time. I've been in these lobbies. I've taught these lobbies. There is no perfection here. It is all very flawed, very ugly gameplay, all the way to the rotten top. And I remember like one of the things that we talked about was going from like the top 1% to the top 0.1%. And that's what this is. That's like fixing our mental, improving the way we approach our utility.
I just die stupidly, and then I always, instead of thinking about how I can improve, I always just resort to they're probably diamond and I'm Immortal. So if this happens in a real game, I'd kill them.
Okay, let me ask you something. Could you do me something for the next 2 weeks?
Sure.
Focus on improvement over anything. Win/lost, teammates, whiffs, don't care about this stuff. Focus on your improvement. So if anything happens, just ask yourself, does it help me improve? Does this help me improve? And if the answer is no, could I make it help me improve, or should I not do it? Yeah, exactly. And if it does, perfect, let's keep doing it. The second thing I'm going to start adding into your Vise. So we have like a lot of ability usage, like more optimal ability usage. So the first thing is recall your flash after you throw it. The second thing was complementing your wall's position. And then the last thing is mainly going to be an attack thing, and it's also like mainly a pro lane, is like early flashes when alone, or just pushing a space in general. So flashes on Visor are really good. You didn't do this one either, which would have been really nice. This early flash when you were alone here is also really good. Also just in general, the Vice playbook on this map is to do this wall with this flash here.
I normally put the flash closer to the cubby, because then they find it harder to shoot, because if they push out behind them.
Oh, like over here? Yeah, that's fine too. And then I'll put little notes next to these. Okay. And I think this kind of comes down to knowing your objective in the round. Like, let's just say we were going for a B lurk here. You get spotted here, your lurk's exposed, we can't do this anymore. So once this happens, it's like, let's regroup mid, like with our team. You kind of stay here after getting spotted for a good 20 seconds. And it's kind of just like, why? So like if you thought they were contesting here, let's maybe throw like a close flash, see if there's intel, and if not, we'll recall it. This is a 20-second cooldown, so you'll get it back by the time you regroup here, the time you like spent being here anyways. But besides that, like just giving up the space, and then same thing, just your goal after you're done lurking is usually to regroup with team. Like once your lurk's done or exposed, you just regroup with team, because you can't go through A main here because they could be A main, and so your only real choice is to group up with your mid.
Yeah, because of where Clove came from, I was like, I'll hold mid for Astra, because then that means they don't have to worry about it and they can hold more aggressively there. It just didn't end up doing anything.
Yes. So your lurks should never go from like lurk to team to lurk, except if you're Yoru. Yoru is a whole different ballgame.
Okay.
It should be regroup with team, and I just stay with team for the rest of the round. If you did a good job lurking, or if the lurk just didn't work out, like it's basically just a default game at that point. And you shouldn't be like far away from your teammates and then decide to lurk. This wasn't like a pre-planned thing. I would say it's more like we noticed mid space was open, whereas like let's just hold this space for the team. Where I would look at other factors like it's 4v2. Your Astra's trying to regroup to the team. We're still getting bombed down. I mean, even a main, if you're trying to slow down here, wouldn't be bad if you like walked up. But it's just you guys already have really good odds for the round. Why do you need someone holding mid? It's a bit more dissecty, but I would just say regroup with your team.
You just screwed him out.
Your mic.
You're
Mentioned it, the flash and not using it. I
Mhm.
it's because I normally at most use it once, or I use it like 4 times. Just there's no in between.
Okay, we hear one here.
Yeah, right.
Missed the timing.
Yeah, so I think I called for them to try and fall back.
Mhm. So I'll be honest, like a lot of this, I don't really want to watch this end game here and like see what happens. Like a lot of this is just the same stuff biting you in the butt over and over again. Because it's like, why are you with your team here for 20 seconds if you're just going to mid lurk? Like, why aren't you just mid lurking at the start of the round and listening for the rotates? I want you to be more specific on what your goal is for the round. Like, do you want to lurk or do you want to play with team? Because it's quite literally just a timing thing here. Like, you hear this guy's footsteps, but you're all the way back here. And so you still have to make extra distance. Where like, if you're already doing this pre-round, you could have been positioned in this corner or even just like already towards the door. And it's that small of a difference, right? This guy literally going from like here to here or as soon as you peaked. And it's like, it even came close with the 20 seconds that we took to spend at the team. It's really like 30 seconds. It's really like 40 seconds. Holy shit.
So to choose pre-round lurk, like not team to lurk, but lurk to team is okay. If my lurk is exposed.
Okay. So these guys actually touch mid. Not a good sign. We don't grab our flash, so that's still happening. You need to make sure you grab your flash. Rotating out. It's a reusable. It's like Cypher camera. Like if I watch your Cypher, and I'm already assuming you don't grab his camera when you rotate too.
I played more Cypher. It's more of like I don't think of it.
Okay.
Most of the time I'll grab it. Sometimes I don't.
Okay, then it's the same thing. It's the same thing as Cypher camera then.
Yeah. It's like I have it this time, but that time I didn't. It's just I don't know what goes through my brain to judge it.
It's just having a more consistent process for how you approach the game. Right now you're improvising a lot and you just kind of decide in the moment. It shows.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fine. They go A, they go here. I think you rotate fast here.
Yeah, Jet's already up there, so I thought I'd leave.
Yeah, so not much we could have done better for like rotates. It was already kind of scuffed. I would think about maybe switching A and also picking up mid doors. So like this is also stuff you should be looking for as Sentinel, and we'll see in the VOD if you actually end up adapting. But like start of round here, there's literally no one watching mid doors, and you're.
We didn't want to leave A, so I stayed B most of the time. Because they were just talking in chat about how like they're the best A anchors in the world, and they're just gonna stay A the entire game.
Okay, so for your own improvement, how do we approach this in the future?
Either ask them to move based on my setup,
Mm-hmm.
or just set up there anyway, and they'll move around me, which probably isn't the best idea.
Yep. Let's try those. Let's try something different. See how it helps. See if it improves the situation. Or improves what we want to do. You could also just set up mid here, right? These guys are playing A. It's kind of unorthodox, but it's not bad. You could still wall mid. Exactly where that barrier is. You could still wall art.
Later on in the round, I mid a lot.
Okay. Here.
I just kept him in,
Fine.
and when they hit him, I scaled.
The other problem you're facing is because you keep doing this, you're not realizing this in the moment, but like your setup hasn't done jack shit because you just leave it every single time. And it's like, again, it's complementing your setup. So like if you just do the wall here for long, it's fine, right? It's just an intel wall. But then you throw this flash and then you throw this razor here. So like, actually, I'm not giving you the answer here, but I want you to tell me where else could we throw this flash or this spikes to get value. Again, considering we're doing intel for B.
Spikes, sometimes they put inside the entrance to halls or just outside so they can't go in it and take it.
Okay, what about the flash?
Flash at the back corner of halls,
Okay.
but also in front of the little where the wall is. Like, you know where you can stand on top of? That.
Here, okay. So we're missing something, and it's kind of the same thing. We're playing B for intel, right? We have an intel wall for B, and you're putting spikes back site, you're putting flash here. So you're basically doing like a B intel plus like a B retake at the same time. It's not actually terrible, because if you just like play back here or like have a flash to complement this, but then again it's like the same exact thing. Like you're still playing site and you're still being here, and in this game every single time you're just rotating through mid. So I want to do it this way. The problem here is mid and A. Where should you put this util?
Mid.
Thank you. So let's flash here for intel. Start of round. Let's throw this if we get intel. If not, let's save it. Let's grab back our flash, and we'll save the spike for like if they're coming out A. Or we can like jiggle mid and see if there's anything top mid, something like that. Okay, these are our focus points. A lot of these rounds, what you're not noticing, or what you're starting to notice, is you're just leaving your setup behind on site. So like you're missing 2 pieces of your ability, of your arsenal every single round.
Because they're going A and R, it's not really, although I know they're not B, it's not really
Rain,
helping
what
too
are you
much.
looking at?
Nice.
You heal.
Nice. It's a bit of a different one, but those guys were close enough. Makes sense. That's fine. Also, you didn't have your flash, so couldn't have used that. Smile.
Hunting.
Spike planted.
Two halls, two halls, one.
Player standing.
Oh, into. So your defense is pretty much the same thing, just a little bit different with the adapting the setup. I like to say round 5 is the perfect round to do it. If you pay enough attention, I could see you doing this on like literally after the first round. Where do they like to go? How do they play against my setup? Your setup should not be the same round 5 as it is in previous rounds, unless you are like a destructive force every single round.
I normally do better on attack.
I would hate to disagree.
However, if they hit directly my sight, compared to other sentinels I play against, I'm quite bad. It's quite inconsistent. But I'm not sure. I mean, when it comes to like that, this is probably a bad, like, because of how that B and A worked. We played the same thing every round, and I shouldn't have done it. I don't normally vary it too often, but it is normally a little bit more than this.
No, you're good. It's usually like this. Don't get too caught up in it. Like a lot of this is just how we play. It might not seem like it, but it usually is the case. It's just how we tend to play, or like on certain days. At this point, you've played the game long enough where everything we're seeing right now is just like habits you've built. You might not realize are like happening. So like that. Try not to get too caught up in it. You have what you need now to like start improving what to focus on. So let's make that our focus point. It doesn't really matter if you've done it in the past or you've done it great in the past. We're trying to get so we do it more consistently, so we get more consistent results, and so we start becoming the player we want to be. So yeah, let me get this into.
Yeah, no, this is being very enlightening.
Okay, bet that up, dude.